What's up YouTube, Rogie here. I'm pretty much coming at you with a random guide. I'm going to Rock Lobsters to use my Hattie gloves. I'll post a video link to that on screen now, so you can go and check out how to get that. It might not still be there. After May, I think the gloves are I'm not sure. The wolf will disappear pretty soon, so if you haven't got the gloves already, you're going to have to go and do that within the next few weeks to go and get the gloves. But the effect will remain till May. So pretty much this is my setup for rock lobsters. I did do a guide on this a long time ago, but I took that down because it was ancient and the commentary is really bad. So I'm going to make a new one. I figured I might as well because I'm going to do it anyway. So, and it's, you know, a little extra guide for you guys to watch. So yeah, pretty much basic setup. Obviously you can improve or increase or decrease the the armor. I've got arms on. I don't think it's really worth buying Virtus just to barrage rock lobsters in, because it's just not feasible really, because you don't need the HP boost whatsoever there, because you're just not going to get hit. An aura, I'm going to bring penance in case I run out of prayer, and then I can just turn my prayer off and let the lobsters hit me and get my prayer back. But it depends. I mean, if you've got Reverence or another one that you might want to use, then that's fair enough too. Chaotic Staff, you might want to replace that with the Staff of Light. Arcane, you can replace that with a Mage's Book, I guess. Hattie Gloves, obviously replace that with Barrow's Gloves if you're not trying to use your Hattie Gloves. Rage Fire can be replaced with Infinity or Mystic Boots. Arms can be replaced with Infinity or Mystic or Virtus if you've got it. Seer's Ring, pretty much, I don't know, it's pretty much the best you can get, especially if it's imbued as well. Verax Helmet can be replaced with like a Third Age hat or a Mystic hat or something, or an Infinity hat. It's completely optional. And an Arcane Stream Necklace, which can be replaced by a Fury or a Glory. It really depends what you want to use, but the Arcane Stream is by far the best. As for Invent, you've got the Proselyte here. That's for when you're luring the rock lobsters. You'll see a bit later on in this video. Pretty basic. It's just so that your prayer drains less while you're luring. You've got melee prayer on. Runes, for all you spellcasters out there, you'll notice that I've got soul runes as well for blood barrage. That's pretty much if I get hit, I need to heal or whatever. Like if something happens, probably won't, but they're just there for healing purposes. And an emergency rocktail as well. You can replace that with a prayer pot if you would like. Holy Wrench, which you get from a quest, that will increase your prayer boost per per dose that you drink. You'll get more prayer points, so that's quite good. A Vecna Skull, you can replace that with Wolpertingers if you're not going to be there for long, but personally I plan on staying there for quite a while until my gloves are fully used. And I'm going to need the invent spaces for prayer pots most likely, and also my Falador shield, which gives me 2 full prayer boost, prayer restore, 2 prayer renewals a day from 0 prayer points, so that's quite useful as well. That's pretty much it, and now I'll show you how to get there. Right, so it's pretty basic to get up to rock lobsters. I'm going to do it from Camelot Bank, because reason being is that not everybody's done Love Story and can use the house tabs to teleport from Relica anyway, so it's pretty much a straight out of the bank run north up to Relica. This might be a good time to check that you have got everything in your invent that you're going to need. If you're missing anything, if you're missing any familiar scrolls, if you're going to use a Wolpertinger or anything like that. Other than that, yeah, it's just pretty much straight out of Camelot Bank up to Relica, and then you'll see what to do when I get to Relica. It depends how long you want your trip to be, really, on how many prayer pots you bring in, or whether you bring a Vecna Skull or a Familiar. If you're wanting a short trip, then it might be better to use a Familiar, because you can use that more and you can hit higher because you potted more. With a Vecna Skull, you have to wait a minute after your stats are restored back down to 99. It's the same as an extreme magic pot, but it lasts 7 minutes before you can use it again. Once you get into Relica, pretty much just right click on this guy over here, teleport to Waterbirth, and that'll take you to Waterbirth Island. And then from here, pretty much just run west along the coastline, and as you can see there's a few bots here. Sad. I wonder if we can find a way to kill those with snake grass, because it seems they just pick up snake grass. We might be able to lure them into the cave or something like that. I wonder what else they've got on them. We'll see, I guess. Might be worth a try later on. But yeah, after you go west to the edge of the island, just pretty much walk south and you'll see a cave entrance. That's where you want to be. Enter the cave. If you're with a partner, which you should be, pretty much just run to the north spot of the gates, and there's 2 pedestals. You need to stand on one and your friend needs to stand on one. He'll see how to do it now. Once he hurries his ass up. Stand on the pedestal, stand on the pedestal, stand on the pedestal. And then once he eventually does stand on the pedestal, you open the door and then run south. You might want to pray while you're in here, because as you can see I'm getting absolutely ass kicked. At least went to the wrong one, but yeah, you should follow me down here. And then go to the south one, and once he stands on that pedestal again, open the gate, and then your friend runs north and goes through the northern gate. And then just pretty much run to the end of this strip of Dagonoths up here. And once you get there, you should see a fence, or what resembles a fence. It's like a gate with like a guard stand thing up. What you've got to do is, see, I should have really brought a range. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter as long as your friend's got a ranged weapon, unless he wants to go in too. But what he does is throws his rune thrown axe at my stand thing, so it falls down. But as you can see, Mage doesn't work. I found this out the hard way. But what he needs to do is to knock mine down so I can go down the ladder. It's as simple as that. But yep, I'm pretty confused at this moment. But as you go down this ladder, protect from magic. And thanks to J1 for helping me down there. Protect from magic, because the Wallasalkis will hit 200s. Pretty much it's mage and then range. If you see the level 88 Dagonoths, pray range. If they're level 90, pray melee, because the 88 ones are ranges and the 90 ones are melees, and then the Wallasalkis are mages. And just protect from mage from those. The Dagonoths you shouldn't really worry too much about, but the Wallasalkis do hit really, really hard, and because there is a few of them in the room as well, you do stand a good chance at being hit some quite high numbers here, so be careful. Just follow my route really as you're going through. If you've not been here before, it's quite a difficult one to remember because it is quite complicated, and the area has lots of different turns and twists and ladders and all kinds of things, so it's just, it's kind of confusing. And then this is one of the last stretches, prey range, because all of these Dagonoths seem to be level 88. And then you go down here, and the majority of them are melees, so prey melee. And then just run around this corner, and you should hit a ladder at the bottom. This is where you need to make your choice, really. Because there is 2 different spots that you can use. As you go down this ladder, you will see a spot here. What I'm going to we'll call this spot 1. There is 9 rock lobsters that you can get in this spot, which means that if all of them drop 2 charms, that means 18 crimson charms, which it doesn't often happen, but you can rely on the max, I guess. Being more charms per hour, it's in general more charms per hour, but I prefer the second spot, which you'll see in a bit, because it's less of a pain. As you run down here, pick up all of the lobsters, and you should get 9 of them, and then run back to this spot over here, right on the corner. What you want to do is stand them right on the corner, so you can stand behind the corner and you'll be safe from them, as you can see here, and then you can freely mage them. And that's another reason I don't like this spot, is because you get the odd Dagonoth that will stand there and range you or melee you, and it becomes a pain in the ass. So you're going to use more blood barrages using this spot, but if you don't mind, then it might be better for you to use this one, but I generally prefer the second one. Just mage them pretty much until they die. You will get more Mage XP using this spot as well, because if you're casting on 9 rock lobsters, 9 is the max by the way that you can hit. Your ice barrage spell will not let you hit any more than 9 because it's classed as a 3x3 square. If you want to go to the second spot, pretty much go down the ladder and follow this route. You'll pretty much run past the Dagonoth King's ladder. Yeah, I'll speed this part up because it's a little bit slow probably. But you just want to run all the way up here, and you're going to get to a spot with another ladder and a couple of rock lobsters up here just past the summoning obelisk. You'll see 1 or 2 rock lobsters and a few Dagonoths as well, but you just continue past those. I think you go up 2 ladders and then you'll be at the spot that you want. This is a spot that I prefer to use just because I find it easier, and there's nobody ever up here as well, so you don't, if you don't really feel like hopping worlds, then it might be worth using this spot as well. But bear in mind that you can only get 7 rock lobsters in this spot, which means that you get a max of 14 crimson charms. And here we are. And you use this spot here in the alcove as your safe spot, and then it's pretty much as simple as getting 3 from the bottom and then run all the way to the top to get the other ones, and then run back down, and if there's any strays, just pretty much just use a blood blitz on them to get them aggressive on you. You don't always have to if they're walking in, you know, like sideways or upwards, but if they go back down and they're quite a distance away, just use a blood blitz on them. That means you don't have to run. And don't forget to put on your proselyte when you're luring them as well, to save your prayer points so that your prayer drains slower. And then pretty much stand in this alcove. You can take your prayer off and put your arms or your mage gear back on. Boost up your Vecna Skull or whatever mage booster you're using, and then just ice barrage them or whatever other spell that you're using. It'll probably be ice barrage or ice burst. Ice burst works fine too, but ice barrage obviously is better because it hits more, and you'll get more XP, but it does cost more money. And then if you need HP, don't forget that you can blood barrage them up. As I mentioned earlier in the guide, the soul run's optional, but if you want to heal in emergencies, which it might be a good idea to bring anyway, as you'll be able to ice blitz the stray rock lobsters, just so you can heal back to full HP if you get hit. As you saw, I got hit quite a lot on my way down, and if I hadn't brought blood barrage, then it would have taken me a long time to get that HP back, and if something bad happened, I probably would have died. So it does save your life, really. You're gonna tend to get, you know, quite a lot of other charms as well, but pretty much just pick up the crimsons first and then pick up the rest. If they get unaggressive, as you can see here, just pretty much go down the ladder, run south, and then get 1 or 2 of them to attack you, run straight back up the ladder, and they should be aggressive again. With the other spot, it's do the same thing pretty much, really. Go up the ladder, then back down, and they should be aggressive again. No big deal, it's pretty easy to do, and then you can just run and continue your trip. It is quite annoying when they get unaggressive, but it's pretty easy to get them aggressive again, so don't worry too much about it. And yeah, pretty much, as you can see here, using a blood spell on that one to get it to attack me again, and then just lure them all at the spot and continue to mage them. That's the end of my guide. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope this helps you get some Mage XP or some nice summoning XP. If you do like these kind of guides, please subscribe and leave me a comment. You know, in my comments box, or leave me a comment on my channel, or send me a private message with any suggestions for new guides that you want. It is appreciated. And don't forget to join my friends chat in game. My RuneScape name is Skiller, and there is always a few people in there willing to chat, so see you in there. Thanks for watching, and subscribe.